All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going on a journey, descending deep, deep into the earth, way below anything you know, to uncover the secrets of a story that starts with this incredible sense of wonder and ends in just cold, absolute dread. We are digging into the first great Hollow Earth sci-fi novel, The Coming Race.
You know, this is the feeling our narrator gets when he first lays eyes on one of the inhabitants of this lost world. It's not the fear you get from seeing a monster. Oh no, it's the awe of perfection. A being that looks human but is clearly something more. And, in a weird way, something less. And that little tremor, that feeling of profound wonder, it's about to curdle into the purest terror imaginable.
So, here's how we're going to break down our journey into this subterranean world. First, we'll cover the fateful descent that traps our narrator. Then we'll meet the strange, sunless civilization he discovers. After that, we're going to uncover the secret behind their unimaginable power, and finally, we'll face the horrifying truth about what their existence means for all of us up here.
Okay, so our story kicks off like a lot of adventures do, with just a simple act of curiosity. We're in the 19th century, and our narrator, he's an American guy with a real taste for travel. And he's with an engineer, deep in the unmapped parts of a mine. They're looking for ore, mineral wealth, but they're about to stumble onto something so much bigger and infinitely more dangerous.
And this is where the exciting adventure just takes a horrifying nosedive. As they're making their way down, the rock they've secured the rope to just crumbles. The narrator's friend, the engineer, he falls. His life is just snuffed out in an instant, and our protagonist is left utterly, completely alone. He's trapped. The walls of the chasm are sheer, the rope is gone, there is no way back up, he is stranded at the doorway to a world he was never, ever supposed to find. So let's explore this world he's now stuck in. He follows this wide, level road into a massive cavern, a whole landscape underground, and it's not lit by a sun. Instead, there are countless artificial lamps casting this steady, serene light everywhere. He sees fields of weird reddish plants, silent lakes, and buildings that look like nothing on Earth. And then he sees one of them.
The being that comes toward him is tall, it has these large wings folded over its chest, but it's the face. The face is the key. It has the calm, intellectual, mysterious beauty of a perfect sculpture, a face that's totally devoid of passion. But even with all that serene perfection, our narrator feels this instinctual alarm bell going off. You know, that same primal danger you might feel if you saw a perfectly camouflaged predator just watching you.
And this really gets to the deep contradiction at the heart of these beings, the Vrilia. They are beautiful, they're tranquil, they seem super civilized. Their faces don't have any of the lines of worry or struggle that define us. But in that very calm, in that benign perfection, the narrator just senses this secret dread. He feels like he's in the presence of something completely alien and profoundly dangerous to his kind. So how in the world did this civilization get this way? How do they have this strange, passionless perfection? How do they power a world without a sun, fly through the air, and have this crazy authority with just a look? Well, the answer comes down to one single, all-powerful force they've totally mastered, a force they call Vril.
Now, Vril isn't just one thing. The Vrilia believe it's the unity of all energies, what we might call electricity, magnetism, and probably a bunch of other forces we haven't even dreamed of yet. It's like this all-permeating fluid that they can control and direct through those little metal staffs they carry. It's the ultimate energy source. It literally shapes their entire reality, from the most mundane tasks to the most miraculous feats.
And this duality right here, this is the core of their power, and frankly, the source of the narrator's terror. The very same force that can heal you and create wonders is also the ultimate weapon. It can carve tunnels through solid rock, but it can also destroy like a flash of lightning. A single child, a child holding one of these frill staffs, has the power to shatter the strongest fortress or wipe out an entire army in a completely silent, blinding instant.
I mean, just think about the consequences of that for a society. War just became obsolete. Why? Because it meant guaranteed, instantaneous annihilation for everybody involved. Government by force? Gone. This absolute power led to a quiet, ordered, and profoundly tranquil society. There's no crime. But there are also no strong passions. Their peace isn't born from some higher morality. It's born from mutually assured destruction on a deeply, deeply personal level.
All right, let's get to our final section, because this is where this perfect, all-powerful society starts to reveal its dark side.
This is where it becomes clear that they pose an existential threat to the world our narrator so desperately wants to get back to.
So, after describing our world, with our democracies, our wars, our passions, the narrator gets this very solemn, very earnest warning from his host. He's forced to swear an oath that he will tell no one else down there about the surface world. And that makes the narrator wonder, why all the secrecy? What could these serene, godlike beings possibly be afraid of? Or, and this is the more terrifying thought, what do they want?
The narrator's ultimate terror finally crystallizes around the title of the book itself, The Coming Race. It hits him. He starts to realize that the Vrilia are running out of living space in their subterranean world. He realizes that these beings, with their calm logic, their total lack of passion, and their unimaginably destructive power, are eventually going to look for more room. They're going to come to the surface.
And this is the truly chilling, dystopian heart of the whole story. The Vrilia don't hate us, they don't feel malice, they don't feel anything for us. To them, we are simply a less developed, chaotic, noisy species that's occupying valuable real estate. They are the coming race, and they're destined to replace the old one. So what happens when a race that has perfected destruction, a race that can kill without anger, without effort, without a second thought, decides it just needs more room to live? What happens to the creatures that are already there?